seat over here has got to tell the driver something.
Y'all go pick on Tesla people and leave us Pinto people alone.
Did you hear that? I think both of them barked.
I think.
Ooh, man, that thing just bit the fire out of me.
And leave us Pinto people alone. Well, all right, y'all, welcome back to RevStoration. Yep, my name is David. I go by Rev here on YouTube, and hey, we're welcoming you back this video right before Christmas. So I want to go on and wish y'all a very Merry Christmas. In this episode, yep, I think I'm going to work on the fuel tank because we got a new fuel tank with the Spectra F81A actually fit in a 1972 Ford Pinto. They say it don't. I'm gonna see if it will. And yep, y'all been telling us we gotta replace that timing belt. You gotta replace it. Needs to be replaced at least once every 3 years. This one ain't been replaced in probably 20, 25, 30, 35. We never know how long it's been replaced. So let's see if we can get this thing actually cranked up and running down the road. So I'm gonna go jump. What in the world? Is somebody in it? Oh my goodness. Oh. Man, where'd the old man come from? If having fun was against the law, we would be guilty as charged. All we are is shady shade tree mechanics from Butts County. Yep, the tail end of the world, just having fun. If you're interested in this kind of journey, come along. I'm David, I go by Rev here on YouTube. My daddy, also known as the Old Man, my wife, Nikki T, all we like to do is have fun and enjoy ourselves. So if you're interested in that journey, if you're interested in not learning how to do it, but just seeing the craziness of how we do it, come along for the journey here on RevStoration. Will it work? Now, if y'all are anything like me, there's sometimes in the car industry that somebody says, well, why don't you just do this, it'll work. And I want to say, well, I really don't know if it'll work or not, but sometimes you try. Well, I went on and spent about $450 to try to see if that theory is going to work. Well, in this episode, we'll find out if it works. So what is it, you may ask? Well, here is my lovely 1972 Ford Pinto Runabout. I really like this rig. I want to start driving it, want to put it on the road, want to enjoy it a little bit. But y'all know the last episode that we restored the carburetor, the engine running good, running really good. We noticed at the very end of the video, yep, that tank that I rebuilt, that tank that was patched, is leaking again. Well, it's virtually impossible to find a direct fit fuel tank. So everybody says, well, hey, this one will work, try this, try that. Same thing with the radiator. I may even try this with a radiator. I haven't got one of those yet. So I'm gonna see if the Spectra F81A actually fits a 1972 Ford Pinto. If it works, I got new straps, I got a new sending unit, and I got a new tank. If it works, then we'll be able to let the world know, yep, you can do it, it works. We proved it on YouTube. So that's gonna be the idea today. We're gonna take it apart, we're gonna take it down, we're gonna break it down. We're gonna see if it'll work. Y'all think it'll work? Well, let's see. All right, folks, it's actually day 2. Just after I drove the Pinto in and got it to this spot, my son JC came home and he called me out at a pickup game. He said, all right, old man, it's time to play basketball. I couldn't turn the boy down even though I tried to. And he commenced to whoop his old man, which he's done now twice. But I was doing the old hook shot, and my left foot got caught up in my right foot, and I hit the old concrete right here. Oh, with my hip and my shoulder, and I ain't as young as I used to be. What does that song say? I'm as good once as I ever was. What is it? I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. Well, I made a few shots, but didn't make that one. And of course, played the rest of the game kind of limping around and hurting. But now it's day 2, and Nikki T's kicked me out the house. She's gonna be wrapping some Christmas presents, maybe some of mine, I don't know. But I'm gonna jack the old Pinto up. We're gonna get the tank off. I could do a how-to video on how to take the tank off, because, oh yeah, I've done it a few times. But this time it's got a big old hole in it, and I don't want to get gas all over me. Some of y'all have asked about the safety protocols on the Pinto. Yep, this one has been installed 1972 with the safety plastic. I don't know if it'll go on with my new tank. But as we get ready for the new tank, I'll show it to you. And so I guess all we can do now is just sort of, let's get the tank off the Pinto. Gotta chock the wheels. Seems good. All right, first thing we gotta do, we gotta get this filler neck unhooked so we got maneuverability, and maybe we'll get the fuel down to the level that it won't be dripping on me. All right, if y'all can't tell, that's one of the worst parts working on this old rig right now, is that just where I need to get is gonna be covered in gasoline. So no sparks can be had. Right, y'all, I wrestled with this filler neck last time, but of course it works best when you get the tank off to make sure you're going to get the filler neck loosened up, because when the filler neck's loosened up, it's a whole lot easier to drop the tank and get the tank out. Someone asked to see the safety plastic that was put on these. This was aftermarket deal. Or not aftermarket, this was actually brought on whenever the issue was when these tanks were going back into the shocks, metal against metal, cause a spark, cause an explosion. So what they did is they put this piece of safety plastic here. This was actually brought on in a recall, and this plastic is put in. When the plastic is put in, it would mean the plastic would hit the metal, and no spark, no explosion is what the plan was on impact, and it worked. Here's something for y'all to know. I don't know, I really don't know that if this is correct. 27 fatalities in Pintos because of explosions. A lot of y'all talked about these being horrible, kill my family and all this, just, oh, it's gonna blow up. Well, hold on, listen. There have been more deaths by fire in Teslas than there have been in Pintos. Now this was, I'm giving you the source, this was an article I found on a Pinto page, so I'm just telling you, but only 27 deaths, fatalities by explosion, by fire. So these old tanks could cause death, but there are more people dying in Teslas today. Around the same number have been built of Pintos and Teslas. So y'all go pick on Tesla people and leave us Pinto people alone. Y'all, the old back is giving me issues. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking about dropping the back of the tank down with the straps, and maybe as I drop it down that it would actually stop leaking. And if it would stop leaking here, if you see that leakage and all this, then I could of course just set a match on this and let this burn off, so that I'm not doing that, y'all. But I do want to drop the back of the tank some. If I can drop the back of the tank, maybe the level will slosh back here, and then I can get in and work on the plastic and get the plastic off. And if I do that and can get it off and get everything off the tank, maybe I can do that. I'm just ready to get out from having this tank here. I might even lower the car down and drive it to a different spot, so I'm not working over this gas. But I probably won't do that. But I got some cardboard in there. I'll let it soak up in the cardboard, and we'll have us a fire in a minute. So literally in our firebox over there, not in this. It ain't 5/8, y'all. Oh, I knew it was 9/16. I just wanted to stretch my back out, son. Oh yeah. There we go. Now we're cooking with grease. Well, I think she lowered down at all. Yeah, maybe she did. All right, well, instead of dripping a bunch, now it's just dripping a little bit. So, well, our plan may have worked, y'all. Now it's just barely dripping. So even better, I got the leak to stop. But then I undid the gas line and created another one. Whew, that stopped it. Oh man. Gasoline when it's 30 degrees outside in Georgia is cold, cold, cold. So got that line off, got that stopped somewhat enough. So y'all, I think the plan's gonna be, let's go on and drop this. It's probably gonna be harder and more difficult, but if we get that dropped, we'll be able to get the filler neck out and hopefully be able to slide the tank out. That's the wrong way to do it, but when it's full of gas and it's leaking gas, that might be the best way for me to do it. Once again, it ain't the right way, but it's gonna be my way. All right, y'all, here's the wrong way of taking the tank out. Need it. There it is, way over yonder. Y'all, dropping the tank down. Let's hold it. Filler neck. Filler neck's coming out. Alright, well, not as bad as I anticipated. Here's the repair job. You see here, it just didn't stick. Maybe it stuck over there, didn't stick over here. Look like it's bubbling out right there too. Everything worked except the part that didn't. This may be the biggest issue that we have. I believe the vent tube on the other one is different, looks different than that. Let's go in here. Let's go in here and look at the new tank. Yep. The new tank here has a different style vent tube there. And I don't know, man, I wish it came with the vent on the top. It did not. So of course, here's my issue. We have this hole here. So now what I need to do, I'm going to O'Reilly's. O'Reilly said they have a vent tube in stock. I'm gonna see if it's the right hole size. But then I also need to, I believe that I would need to also have a rubber grommet, propylene grommet that goes in here that pops into. I don't have that either. All right, y'all, I bought a grommet, and I've actually purchased a Dorman vent, which goes in the tank, a tank vent. This has a 1/4-inch outlet. I think it was maybe 5/16 that came out before. I'm not 100% positive, but we'll make that work. If this will work, we know that the inside diameter of this grommet is good. What I do not know is if the area around the inside of this hole is the right size for in there. So I may have to do a little work on it, but I'm gonna try to finagle it in and get it in. If I get it in and work, I'll give everybody the part numbers for these that I got them from O'Reilly's, because if you're trying to put this Spectra F81A in a 71, 72, potentially 73 Pinto Runabout, you're gonna have to have this. All right, y'all, if you're interested in doing what I did here to get this vent on the top of the tank, I must tell you what I had to do. Put the grommet on. It was hard. I mean, it is, it's tight like my back. I mean, y'all, my back is like Santa's back the day after Christmas. I mean, it's tight and hurting and sore, but this grommet was just about that tight. You get the grommet in, and what happens is, because the outside diameter of the grommet is not the right size, it makes it super difficult to put this plastic filler neck in, or this plastic vent in. So what I had to do is I had to go inside and get my Dremel tool, and I just dremeled right out of the inside. These doggone cameras. All right, y'all, back to filling this up. Of course, Dremel tooled out the inside. After I put the grommet on, I dremeled out the inside because the outside diameter of the grommet was not the right size. I guess you could have dremeled out it, but it was kind of hard to do so. So I put it on, dremeled out the inside diameter. I've got the filler neck in. I mean, it's in there. It ain't coming out. You're gonna break this plastic if you get it out. But this is the Dorman, it's actually, says Chrysler, but it fit on this. It's a PCV grommet. So I don't know if it's supposed to be rubber or propylene because it's gas, but hey, that's what's going in there. The number is 42344, and the filler neck, or the vent, the fuel tank vent valve is also Dorman 911060. There was a 061 and it was bigger than this. So if we had the right grommet, I think this would work fine. This is coming off 1/4-inch. So now we've got to go disassemble everything else off this old tank. And the other thing that you're gonna have to buy, well, we'll talk about that when we get to it. All right, if you look, another thing that I purchased with the tank was a new sending unit. The reason why is because this is a bigger tank. It holds more fuel. So because it holds more fuel, I assumed that the arm would actually move differently because it actually is a bigger tank, and the arm should go down more. Y'all see what I'm doing with my arm? So I made sure I went on and got that. I'm sure this one would work, but it would actually mean that you would always have fuel in the tank that can never be picked up because the pickup tube wouldn't go down far enough. All right, at this point, you got to take your gasket, actually make sure your rubber gasket is in. It, of course, sits on the inside of the tank. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got a little groove for it. Then this goes in. It's got 2 tabs, and those tabs have to be lined up. And you got to hold your mouth right to get the tabs in there. Get the tabs in and lined up correctly. I'm trying to figure out how to get it to do that because it's catching on that lip right there. All right, so then when you get it lined up correctly like that, then you have your lock ring. The lock ring goes on, and she locks in like that. I'm gonna go get a beep, 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 you know what I mean? Zip it in. All right, this is what you have to do now. You get on these tabs here, and just tap it in. All that's doing is flushing that gasket. Make sure you're gonna keep gas where gas needs to be. A little further, and hey, that's in. Not leaking gas there, baby. Well, actually, if you leave the car sitting here long enough, the fuel will actually dry up. But if we get back in here, now we see this side of the plastic. So of course all that is hooked in, and it probably will not unhook. I don't think it'll unhook there. So I'm probably gonna have to get back to the back and get all of these screws out, because guess what? These straps will not work. You have to get the bigger strap. So when you order the tank on Amazonian and you go, what's Derek called it, the Jungle Book website, when you get on there to find your parts to get the F81A Spectra fuel tank, it's going to tell you it will not fit. And the reason why, it's not an exact fit, it's a bigger tank, but what you have to do is you have to get the bigger straps, the longer straps as well. I've got that. We're going to hope and pray that it works. Right, y'all, there's the part number D1FX9B007A, made in Canada. This is actually the piece that goes, this is a safety piece that goes basically right there, and it actually stops the cars from blowing up when they're rear-ended. That's what Ford came up with. Got a few extra plastic pieces. These straps will not work. We got new straps. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the new straps on, strap the new gas tank in, and then try to see if all of this stuff here will reinstall back. Hopefully it will. We're going to make it work one way or another, because safety. We don't want to blow up.
I think they saw me.
Oh, there's my women, y'all.
I was waving signals.
Y'all, we have money to buy my daughter pants that ain't got holes in them. I'm telling you, we got money, and she just wants them that way. Yeah. Nikki T's britches ain't got holes in them, so.
Yeah. Look at my shoes.
Where y'all going? Buy stuff?
Yeah. Walmart to make cream cheese Danish. Gotta make Danish in the winter.
Yep, we got our last little gathering for Lottie Moon Christmas offering at our church. Making snacks and stuff for it. Should be good in the morning, so. All right, folks, coming in. This has to be angled up over there. Slide over. In. All right, and you know, these tanks, when they are, these straps, when they're new, they're not stretched. So this is a new one, and it doesn't look like they're long enough. Well, shucks. These are the new straps. Well, they still don't look as if, maybe this one will. This one looks long enough to hold here. This one does not. All right, well, maybe I have them in wrong. Maybe this side goes over there. Well, shucks. These are the new straps. They still don't look as if, maybe this one will. right, y'all, I got this side in with the old strap. Took it out, of course, bent it in the right places. Of course, still got a little bit left to go. But when we tighten it up, she'll tighten down. So my prayer is that the other side will work as well. It's been more work than I anticipated. I thought the big long strap, so the ST289 is the wrong size. Potentially you'll be able to use the old straps. At least the passenger side you can. I used to be heck on wheels back when I was a younger man. Oh, my mind says you can do it, but my body says, oh no, you can't. I know that's not how it goes. Woo! My body says you can't do this, boy, but my mind says, oh yes, you can. Whew! So here we go. We got the hangers on. These hangers are just, they have these clips that go up inside where the straps go. I had to actually loosen up the strap to get these in. Now the plastic piece comes in and it's going to clip, but I'm actually going to bring this around and zip tie this in before I do that. Look like Nikki T's out there waiting on me. So I'm going to find out what order she has, and I'll be back in just a minute. Oh, baby, ain't that song the truth? Oh, my mind says, oh, my body says you can't do this, boy, but my mind says, oh yes, you can.
Good as one time.
Y'all, I heard this joke the other day about paper, but I ain't gonna tell y'all because it's terrible. The tank should be done. Praise the Lord. So the tank is a little bit deeper on this side. You probably shouldn't be seeing it if you're going in this direction, but if you step back, yep, you can probably see the fuel tank there. It probably shouldn't be that way, but that's what the bigger tank is going to look like when it's on. But she's on, and she'll hold fuel, bless goodness. And then, hey, today is Saturday. I think Monday the old man's going to come over and going to help the old boy. He's going to help me put this timing belt on. So, yep, y'all going to get to see the old man in this video. Glad the brakes work. What in the world is he doing? All right, y'all, here's the old man. How'd she drive?
She drove good.
Yeah.
A little rough around the stumps over there.
You did what?
A little rough around the stumps and the roots hanging out.
Yeah, I'm sure. All right, y'all, so right now we're going to, of course, I have already rebuilt. I've already got the fuel tank on it. You'll see that. Probably already have saw that footage. Today, now we're going to break into the motor. I'm going to replace the timing belt on it. It's a fairly easy job. I'm going to take the radiator out. Of course, have to pull the front crank. And after we get all that off and get everything in time, then we'll replace the belt. Should be a fairly simple job, a couple hours. So I'd say within 5, we'll have it done. See. I'm talking about. Here's the radiator, y'all. Probably tell she's been leaking at the bottom. But it's better than the other one is leaking all over. All right, y'all, well, here we are so far. Of course, now we are going to loosen up this, get the belt off. The old man's gonna see is it 1/2 inch, 9/16.
9/16.
Doggone, we just had the 9/16, old man.
Or metric one.
It ain't a metric, I don't believe. But on this, it has 1, 2, and then 1 at the bottom, I believe, to get the cover off. The cover's kind of loose. But we're gonna go on and get this off. Everything this will come off as it sits. But we're gonna go on and get the fan pulley, the fan out of the way, belt out of the way, and then we'll pull this off. When we get this pulled off, then we'll show you how this timing belt works, old man. Yep. I've done my research, I think.
Yeah.
So if it don't work, it's because I had bad information, not because I'm a bad mechanic. Remember, y'all, we're shade tree from the tail end of the world.
And then
Opening it.
and probably be pulling the fan one yard.
Don't tear my knuckle up. Get in there. Fiddle-dee-foo. These things have got that's where we need our impact, y'all. Listen to that motor making all that noise. You hear it? Y'all listen to this. Y'all hear it still draining water out of it? I don't know what's making that noise.
Leaking by the thermostat, I guess. Slowly. Thermostat now.
Could be it. Probably is. Thermostat's closed or got that little hole. Thought I was doing that to get more room. Oh man. There we go. Old man has been wanting me to say a Ford had metric bolts forever. What is this one now?
He's got metric.
It's got metrics. Yep, the old 2.0 on the Ford. All of these that are the timing, all of these here, 1, 2, and 3 down at the bottom. This timing belt cover is all 10 millimeter. Here you go, old man. And we're gonna try to get this timing belt cover off. The only one that we're really concerned with is the one at the bottom. These are all pretty simple. Pretty simple, and
I want to see how dry the belt is, ain't we? Fixing to be.
I think the belt's in good shape, but we might as well. Everybody says that it's a maintenance issue, and if I'm gonna put this baby on the road, I want it to be good. So we're pulling all these off. I had a little rubber grommet on the outside of that one, I guess, keep the oil, water, grime out of it. So that, and this should just slide. Just slide right off. There we go. There she is. Yep, I'd say
yeah, she wore out.
I can see my mountain, but my moon is covered in oil and grime, so I need to clean that off. And here's my timing marks down here. So of course I see there's the timing pulley, and here it's top dead center. You've got a 0, so there's all of my timing marks there. 12 degrees out, 0, and then 3 degrees retard. So I need to get it right on that 0. But I got to get in here and clean this because we want to make sure that it is in time and it is on top dead center. And I'm going to use my marks. You can do relative, just mark it where it is now, mark the bottom, mark the top, and then loosen everything up, take it all off, put it back on the exact same way. But you have to have marks to keep it in place. If you don't have marks to keep it in place, you know, if it's out of time, you go to crank it, you're boogered up. So we got to make sure when we get all this off and get the belt loose, that we're actually able to get the belt back on and get it back in time, and then rotate it over while we do that. So I'm trying to get it to top dead center. I'm gonna go there, and so that'll be where we know. But I got to do some cleaning to make sure I can find my marks. Impact works well, but remember, when you don't have an impact, what works well is a little bit of tappage. So what I do is, of course, when you get the bolt loose, I just pull the bolt out some, and I use the bolt as my pressure point for my pulley. Of course, couldn't find my pulley, but the old man had his. So thank goodness. And doggone if it don't work just about ideal.
He's got this 3-jaw puller on here. And
I got it 3-drawed pried in.
And there he's prying it off.
Trying to. It's moving. All right, we got her. Watch this. Now that we got all that pressed on, now we can just loosen the bolt here. And when you're loosening the bolt, guess what it's doing? It's pushing it off. So now that bolt, every time we loosen it, it's actually pulling. It's actually pulling the pulley. It's coming on off, if y'all can see there. Every time I turn this a little bit, it's kicking that pulley right on out. Hardest part, not having the right puller. Got the right bolt now. All right, y'all, this is a 14mm. Get around here, old man, and look and see. When I loosen this up, if this tensioner goes, that'll mean there's no tension there. It shouldn't move, and it didn't. Thank goodness. It did not move, so we do have to get our star bit and loosen up this. When we loosen that up, then this should, yeah, this has to be loosened now. All right, y'all, O'Reilly's for the win. I did not have this specialty bit. Not really specialty, it's just a 12 star. I'll get the belt off now. Of course, the belt just slides off the pulley, and you just pull it off. The reason I'm pulling it off that way, you just want to make sure nothing turns. Oh man, I had to hold this. That bottom down there, it's got a little play on the bottom here. All right, here's the old belt. Y'all see, it was time to get it done for sure. All right, y'all, I know that Pot County legend. He goes, when he pulls out one of these, he goes to dance. And Rev ain't got no moves. Old man might dance. That's all the dancing the old man's got. Y'all pray for the old man. On Thursday of this week, the video will come out probably Wednesday. On Thursday, he's going to have carpal tunnel surgery. It's not the baby kind, because it didn't fix his old hand. They got to go in and do an incision, deep incision, get in there. Y'all pray he comes out all right. He's going to be on the he's going to be on the injured list for a little while. So I'm taking it easy on him today, but he's going to film, and I've already sprayed it with some brake cleaner. I'm gonna hit it with a little pressure, and we're gonna get it cleaned up. Then we'll get our belt put back on, and good to go. You gonna film it, old man?
Oh, he looks better already.
Get dirty, old man. It's from my arm to scratch. This is all over the camera. This is right over the lens there. Man, that looks like it's supposed to. Hopefully we didn't move any of them pulleys, y'all.
Not the grease off of them. I don't know if they'll ever run to be right again.
Yep. So what I've done is I have cleaned my adjuster. This is the tensioner pulley. It is an original Ford, so it has never been replaced on. But we tried, right, old man?
Yeah, they couldn't get it.
They couldn't get it at O'Reilly's. You probably can find them somewhere else. So this one is going to have to work. The belt the belt did need to be done. I kind of inspected it, but I guess I didn't look, you know, didn't look enough. The belt was cracking and showing some age. So we're gonna get ready and go in reverse. So I'm gonna put this one on now. Old man's gonna hold this. There's got to be a way to get tension on this here. So how does this work? It's gotta be just like that. It's gotta be just like that. So that put, not like that.
Supposed to get the boat started before you let go of it.
Yeah, I would say so. Oh, filled it. Fell right down into my antifreeze. There it is.
Did it?
And drop right into the muck and the mire. Oh, that's my luck, y'all. All right, so let's see if we can get it right again. All right, so this, how did I have it, old man?
Just like that.
That will go there, this will go here.
I think it is your spring on top of that stud or on the bottom of it?
Well, this one's supposed to be on top.
Yeah, there you go. That's on there.
Hold on. That's supposed to be on top there. This is supposed to be on top there. All right, now that gives us tension. So now when we get this, is that too much tension?
Ooh, that may be why they had tensioner off of it.
Yeah, because that's some booger tension, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we have to hold the tension on it. It's supposed to have tension, I guess. So I'm gonna go here. Get that started. Is that in the hole?
Yep. Well, it's in the groove. I don't know where the hole is in the block. Want me to push in on that?
No, I got it. All right, that's in.
All right, now that's back like it's supposed to be.
All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna have to tighten this 14 millimeter up and get this. I'm
You
gonna
feel
have to,
like you need copper tunnel.
yeah.
You can't hold
I'm
nothing
gonna
in
pull
it.
this back and get tension on this, so this is holding up so I can get the belt on. And then I'll let tension off of it, and that'll be the way it's supposed to be. If you see the pulley here, this is a Gates T013. You have to be able, when you put it on, you have to be able to read that. If you put it on like that, it's backwards. It's got to be on like this. So just make sure. It's much tighter. That one's got a little bit of
time, wasn't it?
it was time. That's right. So
Before it put you on the road, it was time.
all right, get that in the groove. Get that in the groove. And see, what we're doing is we're holding this tight. We want all of this to be tight. We don't have to be in there. Hold on, I got it. Just make sure you're filming it right. All right, this is gonna go around here. All this we want tight, so actually I can bring that down.
Gotta go inside around that tensioner. Oh, you're trying to get that tight with it
I'm trying to get the teeth in there.
in the right spot.
Should sit in. So I'm going to have to turn this tad. 5/8. No, 1/5/8.
Ain't that?
Wasn't that one. Wasn't that one.
Was it? I don't think you ever used that one, did you? Oh, you done it with this.
That's exactly right. All right, so we're gonna advance this. I'm gonna go back towards the way that we were. And that's right back on it. That's right back where it was. So I'm gonna advance it. This may or may not work, y'all. It's on there. Now, we're pulling it around our pulley. All right, so we're around the pulley. Pushes all the way. I don't know where it needs to be pushed all the way back. It's in the teeth there. The teeth there. All right, oh man, feel good about that?
Well,
is everything going?
I hope it is, because you're moving everything.
Everything seems to be rotating. So I guess now we need to try to find our marks again and see where we landed. Straight up and down, straight up and down. Is it on number one? Number one should be right here, y'all. Number one. So we're back in time, we're back in line. All right, y'all, we're gonna button everything back up. We're gonna call this good. And hopefully when we hit the starter here in a few minutes, she's gonna purr like a kitten. That's the prayer. If it doesn't, then there may be some YouTube magic and we'll come back and it'll look exactly like this.
Well, we got the fan back on it.
Fan's back on.
We can put the belt on it.
Yeah, let's put it over this.
Yeah, it might fit.
Might work one time. All right.
All right, guys, so we're gonna put the tension, a little bar on it and tighten this belt up, and we'll see you in a little bit.
All right, y'all, we have adjusted the timing a little bit. I'm gonna put the cover on last because I just want to see if it'll work. So Old Man, get in it and crank her up. And we've got the radiator cap off. We got a lot of stuff kind of sitting on the engine, but everything is buttoned up and should be ready to go. Crank.
I should be able to do it out here, shouldn't I?
Well, yeah, I guess so. Hold on, time out. Oh man, that thing just bit the fire out of me. We didn't have the we didn't have I guess you still had the key on. Hold that right quick. Didn't have that sitting down. All right. Woo, man, they're gonna lit me up. Gotta give her a little gas, looks like. Timing might have to be adjusted a little bit.
I forget about this week.
You didn't give it a little gas. All right, she's shaking everything off. Give her a little gas. This is operating everything off the hood. Running right there? All right, get out. All right, she's got a little rattle, but if you see there's the timing gear, everything is set. We may need to adjust the timing a little bit. Old man's losing all my stuff. She could just be a little bit cold. I'm gonna go get my vacuum gauge and I'll see if we can get the timing set right. Be good to go. We adjusted the timing just a tad. We adjusted the carburetor just a tad. Old Man hit it and show them what it'll do. Got a little rattle with all that stuff over there. All the smoke that you see is Old Man over here trying to get him something to warm his hands up.
I feel good on my hands.
So it's not a foggy camera. The Old Man's just got old smoke screen for us. But listen at her. I think she's ready to go for a ride, Old Man. You reckon? Old Man's got the blinker on. Yep, the blinkers work. Turn the other blinker on. That one don't. All right, y'all, here she is. Drop the hood, old man. Let's go for a ride. See, when the old man has his rides, I'll let him drive it. But this one's mine. He's got a little... I think I need to put I've got some new wires and some new cap. I may put all that on it because I was getting hit, boy. I'm telling y'all what, I was getting popped. All right, y'all, we're gonna go and see what it'll do.
I hope it's got brakes down this big old hill here.
Got it, Joey?
Yeah. Cars coming, 2 cars coming, 3 cars coming at red lights. Caught them.
I don't think that's holding, old man.
I put that flashlight up there. I thought it would hold. It did. Got a school bus coming. And then you got one truck that just turned on the thing. Oh, you going this way?
Oh yeah, she's running like she wants to.
You sprayed some stuff on your windshield and didn't hose it off, did you?
Yep.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know you was gonna do that.
You see where we're filming on there? Woo, I ain't got used to shifting this thing yet, y'all. Hold it. Feel it?
Yeah, I feel a little bit right there.
We got to figure that miss out, y'all. It's just something small, something simple. Could be because it's wet. Whatever it was biting me. Something on the distributor was lighting me up. But I got a new cap and all that, so maybe we can see if we can resolve that. But she rides out good, old man. I'm going 60. Rides good, don't you?
Yeah, 45 through here too.
Oh, 45?
45.
I'd hate to get a ticket in a Pinto. Wouldn't that be embarrassing?
Yep.
I think she could be my daily driver, old man. Let's see here. Drop on down.
You got better brakes than that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure. Cause I'm in the passenger seat and it feels a little different than the driver's seat. You got less control over him. Because my son don't listen to me very hard, much.
Nope. You reckon it'll spoil a tire, old man?
I don't know. Rev it up a little bit. See what it'll do on this hot pavement. Wait a minute.
Let's let this car go. She's idling down.
Yes.
Idling down good.
Whoa, I felt one. You ain't quick enough on the second one, though.
No. All right, y'all. I'm going to see if it'll bark a tire going up the driveway.
Oh, my.
It better bark a tire going up the driveway. If it don't, I'm going to give it to you.
You got a car down here. Stop it.
Old man is
I tell you, this
concerned.
passenger seat over here has got to tell the driver something. He nervous in this passenger seat.
Y'all pointed it out. He ain't scared when he's driving. It's just when I'm driving, he's scared to death.
I like to pay back. Did you hear that? I think both of them barked.
I think they did too. That old positive traction in the Pinto.
Let's go see on that new pavement, see if we bark. Oh, shit.
Got a little bit of a miss. Old man can't get out. Your door won't open?
The handle's gone. I give it to you.
Old man ain't got a handle. He wants to see down here if it barked the tire. I think it will. I need to adjust my clutch a little bit. I got a few things I need to do on the old Pinto before she's really a daily driver. That's old man, old man.
Left some on my side.
It was old one-wheel peeler, y'all. I needed some of that, if you see here.
From here to there, what? 20 foot.
Going uphill, baby. That's what we need in the old Pinto, y'all. So of course I got a little bit on the ignition system. I've got to figure out the cap and all that. I got to get the timing exactly right. If you hear it, I mean, it's running and running fine. It's got a little bit, if you hear that every now and again, got that miss. It's got a little bit of a miss, but that ain't bad. Old man's gonna do his dollar trick. And it could be valves. It ain't sucking it back in, is it?
Oh, you got an exhaust leak somewhere.
I got a big exhaust leak. He don't know I got a hole in the muffler about the size of that dollar bill. 1972 Ford Pinto Runabout. We have got a new fuel tank on it. We have got the timing belt on it. We got a little bit of tuning that we need to do. I want to put a paint job on it. Terry, I appreciate you, Terry. Terry sent me a cap for the dash pad, a cap that goes over the dash pad. He actually said he's sending me a radiator. Terry, you're awesome. We thank you very much. So we got a lot more we need to do to this old rig. But we do appreciate y'all watching. Y'all are truly a blessing to us. We want to say from me and Nikki T and my family, for Old Man, for Grammy and his family, we want to wish y'all a very Merry Christmas. This is coming out on Wednesday. Christmas is on Sunday. So of course we're gonna have a grand celebration. We thank the Lord. We thank God that he gave us his son as the greatest gift of all. So if you don't know Jesus as your Lord and Savior, may this be the greatest gift that you can receive. Find Jesus. He's the only Lord and Savior available. So we thank y'all so very much for watching. Y'all pray for the old man. He's got surgery on Thursday. Pray everything goes well there. We thank y'all so very much for watching. We know no way of closing out any of these videos and saying deuces. May God bless. Hey, we want to thank y'all again for watching this video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you can do so by clicking this button down below, or you can watch a video that may be suited for you or a recent upload here down below. So once again, we thank you for watching. Deuces. May God bless.